Today's topic is Science of Gratitude. Hey champion, I'm Dr. Meghna Dikshit, author of You Matter, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to our channel. Here we explore the fascinating realms of the mind and brain, share the secrets to success, help you heal your past and prepare for a brilliant future. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. And to all our returning viewers, a heartfelt welcome. If you are ready to dive into the incredible world of brain potential, type dive in the chat box right now. Once upon a time, a dog and a donkey were best friends. The dog had the daily duty to guard the sugarcane field. One day, the dog asked the donkey to accompany him to the field. The donkey is thrilled to look at the sugarcane field and pleads with the dog to let him taste the sugarcane. The dog agrees but cautions him that he should only eat the top part and let the cane be as it is because it will grow back again. The donkey agrees. So every day now the dog and the donkey go together to the fields. While the dog is minding the fields, the donkey enjoys the top part of the cane. One day it so happens that the donkey is filled with the desire to taste the cane, and without letting the dog know, it goes on a rampage and eats away the cane. The master of the fields so happens to be taking the rounds, and he sees the destruction. He's furious and calls the dog. He fires the dog. The dog does not say anything and takes the blame. The master throws the dog out of the house in anger. The donkey hears of this incident and asks the dog why did he keep quiet. He could have told the master the truth. The dog says, "You are my friend. The master would have beaten you and you would have gotten hurt." Tears fill up the donkey's eyes. He comes up with a plan. The next day when the master is taking the rounds of his fields again, he hears some loud chomping sounds. He rushes to find the donkey, thrashing the cane. He runs with a stick to beat the donkey, but the donkey escapes. The master now realizes his mistake, goes and finds his dog, gives him a hug and says sorry for the mistake he made, takes him back into the house. The dog and the donkey are friends forever. Did you like this story? This story speaks about gratitude between friends and bonds of friendship. The donkey was filled with gratitude for the dog's attitude towards him. Today, we are going to understand the science behind gratitude. Study has shown that gratitude was first noticed among some species of fishes and mammals. Chimpanzees are known to portray gratitude. In our Indian scriptures, gratitude plays a very big role. It is mentioned we are born on this earth carrying 5 different debts that we have to pay back during our lifetime. Only when we pay them back, we can attain salvation. What are these debts and whom do we have to pay back? Let's understand further. The first debt is to the God, our family deity that we are born into. It's called the Devroon. There is lots that we have to be grateful for to the God, our birth, our body, our family, all the resources that we are born into. The second debt is towards the teacher or the guru and is called Rishi Roon. Just imagine where we would be without acquiring the necessary knowledge or the skills. And here, I'm not speaking just about our teachers and professors from college or school or universities, but all those learned men and women who have contributed to my life and your life through the ages, through the enormous discoveries and inventions. The third debt is debt towards our parents, which is called Matru Pitru Ran. All that I am today is because of my mother and father. The fourth debt is towards the humanity and is called Manushya Ran. This is the debt that we owe towards our fellow human beings and the society at large. And the fifth debt is debt towards the Panchamahabhut or the 5 elements called the Bhutarun. Being indebted to the water, fire, wind, earth and space, that includes the plant, animal, nature, insect and crystal kingdom. I knew all of this as I came from a very traditional family. And also while studying Ayurveda, we were taught the different Sanskrit hints. But still, I found gratitude much, much later in my life. For a very long time, I was always cribbing and crying that my life was not good. My day was not going good. I'm not getting any results for my efforts. I had no money. There were so many complaints. Why is this so? What could be the reason? So get your pen and paper and be ready to dive deep. Are you ready? Type ready in the chat box. Have you ever noticed any animal or a bird or an insect hoard its food thinking that it may in future or someday go hungry, or its children may go hungry? No, it's only us humans. We want to ensure that our future is secured, and not just our future, but the future of our children and their children, and God knows how many generations we want to secure. Hence, we are always in the angst of not having enough of everything. Not just money, but even love and care. The reason is fear of future comes from our reptilian brain. It is wired to think of the worst case scenario. So, we are constantly thinking about the worst case scenario and preparing ourselves to face that. Our focus is on what can go wrong rather than what is already going right in my life. So how does the gratitude really work here? What is the science behind gratitude? So there was a study undertaken with a group of 300 individuals. All the 300 individuals were suffering from some emotional mental traumas and were undergoing counseling sessions with their therapist. This entire group was divided into two. One group was asked to randomly write 3 good things that happened today, and the other group was just going through their routine therapy. It was noticed that the group that consistently wrote 3 good things happened today, at the end of 3 months showed significant improvement in their mental and emotional state. They were more happier. When we daily write things that we are grateful for, the positive recall bias in our reptilian brain makes it easier for us to see good things around us, even when we feel that things are dark. Did you get that? Type IGI in the chat box. Understand something. Being grateful does not mean you stifle your negative emotions or brush them away. But practicing gratitude helps you to look at the bigger picture even during adverse times. Research has proven that people who practice gratitude daily fall ill less, have fewer incidents of fever, headaches, cold, catching infections. The more we practice gratitude, the more it strengthens our parasympathetic nervous system. And in turn, this further lowers the heart rate, stimulates digestion, and contributes to overall relaxation. When our nervous system soothes down, the cortisol in our body recedes and our whole body becomes calm. Practicing gratitude creates deeper and stronger bonds with our loved ones. A study done with students showed that those who wrote gratitude letters over a period of 4 months were more motivated to pay back the kindness that they have received, and also to improve their attitude and behavior towards others. This resulted in better friendships. Practicing gratitude increases the levels of the brain's feel-good chemicals such as dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. These neurochemicals are associated with feelings of connection, closeness, and happiness. Now that you have understood the science behind gratitude, are you going to make gratitude writing a part of your daily life? It's very simple. Get a journal and daily write 5 things that you're grateful for today. You've now understood the 5 debts that we are all born with, which we have to pay back. So you can start by paying gratitude to those 5 things in your life. And I promise you, your life is never going to be the same for you again. So make sure you write the 5 things that you're grateful for today in the comment section and let this ball rolling. Gratitude is contagious, is infectious. Share this video with everyone and let all get the benefit from practicing gratitude. Now, if you want more help from me, there are 2 links in the caption. First is to register for my live seminar to train your brain to achieve all your goals. You can also purchase my book You Matter through the link and start your personal growth journey with me. If you like this video, give me a like, share it with someone, subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon so that you get a notification when I upload the next video. Until then, next time.